What's up, fellow Minecraft enthusiasts? Today we are going to go over house layouts. A common frustration for players struggling to create a solid house in Minecraft is realized towards the end of their build, when a roof doesn't line up or windows or doors look out of place or imbalanced. By the end of this video, I promise that you'll have a solid foundation and a better understanding of your house layout, which will make you look like a house building pro with others. So let's take a look. House building is essential to players in survival mode. A good house gives players a place to relax and plan out their next adventures in the game. Just like in the real world, a good house is built on a good foundation. It takes a little bit of planning, but the end result will amaze you and your friends. Now, here are some of the basic shapes that people will use for their house. This is a 13 by 13 square that can be separated internally by walls and stuff like that. And that looks really good. It just becomes like a 4 square house where all 4 sides are equal, and looks really good. Next shape is the T, which has 2 adjoining rooms to 1 central room in the middle. And that looks also really good, and that gives you a different styles of roof at the top. Another common shape is the L shape, where it can be just 1 room, or you can even subdivide it out into 2 separate rooms. Another one is the plus shape. And the plus shape has 3 adjoining rooms to a central room. And that looks really good as well. This one provides really cool and interesting roof lines with a center tower or something else coming out of it. It looks really cool. And then last is this 4 rooms connected to a central room house. And this one also looks really good once it's built all the way up. And so what I like to do is go through the planning process, and I measure out on my overworld map, where am I building this house? How much space do I have to work with? How much land do I have to clear? And what is it going to look like? So to do that, I normally will go into survival mode to do the building, and then in creative mode for the planning process. Again, we're going to stick with our netherrack, and we're just going to build a 5 by 5 room, and that gives us plenty of space to work with and an idea. And then I just go from here, and the whole point of this is to be able to have room for expansion if you need it, and it allows you to build a house with the materials you have, and then when you get more material you can expand the house. So if we started off with just a basic survival house, that this is a 5 by 5, and you put your bed, and you got your crafting table, and you got a furnace, and that's good enough for the first few weeks of the game, or the first couple nights or whatever. But then you're going to want to start expanding that. So you can come out with this here, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you can come down here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now building with those odd numbers gives you some symmetry here. And you just basically created an L-shaped house. And that allows you to move more items. So you can have one entryway here, you get your room, and then you have room for storage and other stuff as you're progressing in the game. And now you can build an expansion on top of that. You can come over here and, for example, 4 and 5. I always do 5 or 3 or 7 for most things in the game. So then we can come down here, and we went a little too far. It's another perk to using netherrack is it breaks really easy, even in survival mode. So you're not really delaying time by breaking a lot of different things. And so now we have 3 rooms, and you can see how this will go on and keep building out. And it's not really changing too much other than your roof line, and you can still keep most of it intact as you're building, so that you can continue to grow and have your house build as you progress in the game. And so that's just an idea. And now we got an extra room. 5, and then we'll just come out here. And I do, like I said, 5 or 7. And now this is looking pretty interesting. Now we got basically 4 rooms that we can use. So we're going to go ahead and stop that here. And we're going to go into the overworld on a survival mode map, and we're going to build and see what we can come up with. Okay, we are on my survival realm, and we're going to go ahead and find a place to build, as well as go pick up some netherrack out of our storage system. This was our 10-man realm that I'll be bringing back online in the coming weeks. Just finishing building the actual server so that we can have more people connect. This is the storage area for the entire realm. It's an auto sorter. It's pretty cool. So let me grab some netherrack. Shouldn't need very many stacks. Normally you need between 2 to 5, depending on how big your build is. There we go. Should be some spaces over here. We were expanding this direction when we were building. This area over here might be pretty good. Double check. I think we were building some things here. I know this was a testing for some redstone contraption stuff we were messing around with. That bridge wasn't complete, but that's besides the point. This area looks okay, but I think I can find a little bit better. I know there's some spots over here. Let's go take a look. Finding your location is about as important as doing the layout and everything else. This area looks pretty good. I like this. I'm going to leave this front area over here open. I think I want to do a lighthouse here on this corner. So let's build the house a little bit further back. I think we can do it up here by these hills here. Let's go do this. All right, this will work. It's nice and flat, pretty small. We can mess around with this. So as always, we'll begin with our little 5x5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we just fill in the shape. Whoops. That's why we use netherrack, because it's easy to break and stands out. And so that takes care of one room. We'll go ahead and break the center block like we do, and that's a room. So let's go ahead and add another room, but now we got terrain in our way. So we have a couple choices. We can go over it, or we can cut it away. I'm a big fan of just leaving the terrain alone, if I can. Because like in real life, there are some houses that have hills that are coming into a portion of the house on the back side of it a little bit. Especially like on sub basements and things like that, where part of it is exposed and part of it isn't. So we can leave it alone for now, and then we'll just continue building over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One giant wall. We're gonna come out a little ways. Let's see here. Build. I think the entry on the house will be on this side here. So let's go and put a door here. 1, 2, and then there we go. And we ran out of one stack, but like I said, we don't typically need very much just to do a layout. So there it is, and there's that. I think we can come out a little bit over here. Let's try that. Again, we got terrain here, so we'll go around it if we can. If not, we'll take it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's good enough. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, that would be wrong. That would be 4 wide. There we go. That's why we do our layouts first, because if we make a mistake here, then it's just a quick, easy break a block and move it over, as opposed to building the whole thing by off the cuff without any design. You end up tearing out whole walls and everything else, and it can be really frustrating. So there we go, and this may actually prove to be pretty good here, because I think I can use some of this terrain as stairs, as the back for some stairs to go up to an upper level, and then we'll come out over here somewhere for like a farm underneath the house. I think that's good for here, I think. And let's go ahead and double check, and let's go ahead and look one more time from a bird's eye view. Use the elytra. Yeah, I like this design. Yeah, we'll stick with this. And that will conclude building and survival. It has its own challenges because of the terrain and breaking blocks and limited on storage. And some people don't have elytras. Alternative methods, you could get some bamboo and make some scaffolding and go up high and look down on it. That's really helpful. But for here, I think this is pretty decent for a little house. I think this will be great for a house that's near this lighthouse that we're going to be putting over here, and then maybe even a dock on that side. So let me go ahead and call this one good. And so it's ready for the next step, which we'll cover in the next video. So to recap some of the things that we learned about in this video, you want to lay your house out first using a material easy to obtain, such as netherrock or cobblestone. You want to stick to odd numbers for your room sizes, such as a 5x5 or 5x7 space, leaving yourself open for future expansion as you progress in the game and you need more space. If the terrain is in your way, you can try to set your layout above it without removing too much, or if it is in your way, you can always remove a little bit if that's necessary. And so there you have it, setting an easy layout for your house. Try building a few layouts of your own and share your experiences with me in the comments. Please be sure to like and follow for notifications on the next video in this series, which is Walls and Supports. I thank you guys again for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.